Introduction: The Jester's Dual Face. In the realm of entertainment, where laughter reigns supreme and stories unfold in captivating ways, there exists a tale that delves into the enigmatic life of a man who wore two contrasting masks. This is the story of Charlie, a multifaceted individual known far and wide for his prowess as a director, actor, filmmaker, and a master of mirth. With a talent that could unravel even the heaviest of frowns and turn them into joyful smiles, Charlie's comedic genius was unparalleled. His shows and movies were a source of delight for countless souls, offering an escape from the rigors of life into a realm of unadulterated laughter. However, beyond the glittering facade of his public persona, a hidden truth lay shrouded in shadows. Behind the scenes of his comedic performances, Charlie was entrenched in a world of secrecy and intrigue, operating as an intelligence agent under the employ of a powerful dictator. This narrative explores the dichotomy between the uproarious world of entertainment and the clandestine realm of espionage, as well as the profound impact one man's hidden actions can have on the lives of many. As we delve into the chapters that follow, we'll uncover the layers of Charlie's complex existence, from his inception as a jovial entertainer to his transformation into a silent instrument of a dictator's will. We'll witness the collision of humor and deception, examine the devastating repercussions of his covert activities, and accompany him on a journey of self-discovery and redemption. Charlie's story serves as a reminder that even in the midst of darkness, the human spirit can find a path towards light, and that the power of laughter, though remarkable, is not always without consequence. So, embark on this journey through chapters that intertwine comedy and intrigue, unearthing the tale of a jester whose laughter echoed through the corridors of power, leaving an indelible mark on history.
Chapter 1: Meet the Funny Man. In a world where troubles often weighed heavy and life's complexities seemed endless, there emerged a man named Charlie, a charismatic figure who possessed a unique gift. With a heart brimming with humor and an imagination that knew no bounds, he had an extraordinary ability to bring joy to those who crossed his path. Whether on the stage, the silver screen, or even in everyday interactions, Charlie had an uncanny knack for eliciting laughter from the depths of people's souls. From a young age, Charlie's comedic talents were evident. His infectious laughter was like a contagious melody that could lift the spirits of even the most downtrodden. His stage performances were nothing short of magic, a blend of impeccable timing, witty dialogues, and physical antics that left audiences rolling in fits of laughter. With a twinkle in his eye and a mischievous grin, he could turn the mundane into the extraordinary, and the mundane into the hilarious. Charlie's journey into the world of entertainment began with small local shows, where he would use everyday scenarios and relatable characters to create uproarious scenes. His natural charisma endeared him to people, and soon his fame spread far and wide. As he ventured into filmmaking, his stories took on a life of their own, resonating with audiences of all ages. His creations were not just about laughter, they were about the shared human experience, the moments of pure joy that united people across cultures and backgrounds. The charm of Charlie extended beyond his performances. In person, he was approachable, humble, and genuinely interested in the people he met. He held a unique ability to find humor in the ordinary, turning mundane conversations into memorable anecdotes. Charlie's presence alone could lighten the atmosphere, creating a sense of camaraderie and unity wherever he went. As the curtain rises on this chapter of Charlie's life, we are introduced to a man who embodied the essence of comedy. His infectious laughter became a beacon of light in a sometimes dim world, reminding us all of the simple power of humor to bridge gaps and lift spirits. But beneath the surface of this jovial exterior lay a secret that would unravel in the chapters to come, unveiling the duality that defined the life of this extraordinary entertainer.
Chapter 2: The Secret Agent. Beneath the spotlight's glare and the echo of laughter, a shadowy realm existed in Charlie's life, a realm known only to a select few. While the world knew him as the embodiment of humor, his talents extended beyond the realm of entertainment. Unbeknownst to many, Charlie led a double life as a clandestine intelligence agent working under the employ of a powerful dictator. It was a role that required him to operate in the shadows, to navigate a web of secrecy and intrigue. Behind closed doors, Charlie transformed from the jester who could make crowds erupt in merriment into a shrewd observer, absorbing information and piecing together the puzzle of the dictator's adversaries. His sharp wit and ability to read people served him well in this covert world, allowing him to extract secrets from unsuspecting sources. Charlie's dual identity was shrouded in layers of complexity. On one hand, he continued to captivate audiences with his shows and films, leaving no trace of his hidden profession. On the other, he moved in circles of power, gathering sensitive information and relaying it to the dictator. His ability to seamlessly switch between these roles was a testament to his intelligence and adaptability. The lines between Charlie's public and private personas blurred, leaving him caught in a delicate dance of facades. He was torn between the laughter he shared with the world and the secrets he harbored in the darkness. The weight of his hidden actions began to take a toll on his conscience, but fear and the sense of duty held him captive in this intricate web of espionage. As we delve deeper into this chapter, the complexities of Charlie's life unfold, revealing the tension between his roles as an entertainer and an agent. This duality raises questions about the sacrifices individuals make for the greater good and the moral quandaries that arise when one's talents are exploited for nefarious purposes. Charlie's secret life casts a shadow over the laughter he brings, setting the stage for a story that explores the intricate interplay of comedy and espionage.
Chapter 3: Laughter and Spies. Within the bustling corridors of show business and the secretive chambers of intelligence, Charlie's life continued to straddle two contrasting worlds. The juxtaposition of comedy and espionage, of laughter and intrigue, became the hallmark of his existence. Charlie's days were a whirlwind of rehearsals, script readings, and live performances that brought joy to countless faces. His talent to evoke laughter seemed almost magical, transcending language barriers and cultural divides. Whether it was a slapstick comedy routine or a witty one-liner, he had an innate ability to tap into the universal human desire for mirth. Yet, as the sun dipped below the horizon, transformation occurred. The laughter faded, and Charlie stepped into the shadowy realm of espionage. With a keen eye and a sharp mind, he analyzed coded messages, deciphered hidden meanings, and discreetly gathered information from sources that ranged from diplomats to everyday citizens. His role as a spy required him to be vigilant, quick-witted,
and often invisible, a stark contrast to the spotlight he commanded on the stage. This chapter delves into the paradox that was Charlie's life, revealing the intricate dance between his public and private personas. It explores the tension of maintaining an outward appearance of joviality while executing covert operations that could change the course of nations. The question of whether a man who brought laughter to the masses could also be a player in the world of shadows lingers in the air, setting the stage for the ethical dilemmas and moral complexities that await in the subsequent chapters. As we navigate the twists and turns of Charlie's dual existence, we begin to understand that even the most light-hearted of souls can harbor secrets that cast a shadow over their brightest smiles.
Chapter 4: The Dark Side Unveiled. The world had come to embrace Charlie as the embodiment of laughter, his performances a source of joy that transcended boundaries. Yet, as time unfurled its pages, the truth that lay beneath the surface began to stir, its presence casting an ever-lengthening shadow over his celebrated persona. Whispers of Charlie's secret life began to circulate. People struggled to reconcile the jovial entertainer they adored with the notion that he could be involved in something as sinister as espionage. As the walls of secrecy began to crack, a wave of disbelief swept through those who had held him in high esteem. The revelation was met with a mix of emotions: shock, betrayal, and even anger. Fans who had laughed at his antics felt a sense of unease, questioning whether their laughter had been built on a foundation of deception. The public's perception of Charlie shifted, and the trust that had been so freely given was now clouded by doubt. Even those closest to him, friends, family, colleagues, grappled with their own feelings of betrayal. His dual identity had shielded him from suspicion, and as the layers of his secret life peeled away, the fallout was profound. The media buzzed with speculation, and the man who had once been the paragon of levity found himself at the epicenter of a storm of controversy. As this chapter unfolds, it exposes the fragility of perception and the intricate ways in which reality can be both veiled and distorted. It explores the shockwaves that reverberate when someone's true nature is revealed to be at odds with their public image. Charlie's journey into the spotlight of scrutiny serves as a stark reminder that even the most captivating facades can conceal the darkest of secrets, leaving us to ponder the complex interplay between identity, perception, and the consequences of one's hidden actions.
Chapter 5: The Prisoners of Comedy. The fallout from Charlie's revelation was not confined to shock and disbelief alone. It had far-reaching consequences that extended into the lives of countless others. Behind the curtain of laughter and intrigue lay a trail of pain and suffering, as the consequences of his actions as a covert intelligence agent began to unfurl. As the dictator's regime tightened its grip, many innocent souls found themselves ensnared in a web of suspicion and accusations. Charlie's role as a spy had unwittingly contributed to the imprisonment of numerous individuals who had dared to speak out against the regime's injustices. Families were torn apart, dreams shattered, and lives forever altered by the swift and brutal hand of oppression. The connection between the jovial entertainer and the dictator's regime was a bitter pill for those who had admired Charlie's work to swallow. The laughter he had once elicited now felt tainted, a reminder of the pain he had inadvertently caused. The public's collective empathy turned toward the real victims, those who languished in prisons, their voices silenced by the very system Charlie had been a part of. This chapter delves into the sobering aftermath of Charlie's dual identity, revealing the human toll of his actions. It portrays the victims of a regime built on manipulation and oppression, as well as the internal conflict that gnaws at Charlie's conscience, as he grapples with the realization of his unintended complicity in their suffering. Through their stories, we confront the sobering truth that the consequences of actions, even when driven by a sense of duty, can reverberate far beyond the immediate horizon, leaving us to ponder the delicate balance between personal morality and the greater good.
Chapter 6: The Moral Dilemma. As the weight of Charlie's hidden actions bore down on him, he found himself standing at a crossroads, facing a moral dilemma that cut to the core of his being. The stark contrast between the laughter he had spread and the pain he had unintentionally caused weighed heavily on his conscience, prompting a soul-searching journey unlike any other. Haunted by the faces of those whose lives had been shattered by the regime he had indirectly served, Charlie grappled with guilt and remorse. The realization that his comedic talents had been harnessed to facilitate oppression gnawed at his very soul. He questioned the line between personal ambition and ethical responsibility, struggling to reconcile the irreconcilable, his desire to entertain and his role in causing harm. In the solitude of introspection, Charlie confronted the complexities of human nature. He saw himself not as a singular entity, but as a mosaic of contradictions, someone who had brought smiles to countless faces while unwittingly contributing to the misery of others. His inner turmoil was a reflection of the broader moral struggle that underpinned his society, the tension between obedience and dissent, the individual and the collective. This chapter delves into Charlie's internal journey, tracing his path from denial to acceptance. It shines a light on the torment that comes with the realization that one's actions, however well-intentioned, can have unintended consequences. Through Charlie's journey, we explore the intricate balance between personal choices and the greater good, as well as the painful process of confronting one's own complicity in systemic injustices. As he grapples with his past, the moral dilemmas he faces become a mirror that reflects the complexities of humanity itself.
Chapter 7: Seeking Redemption. With the weight of his moral dilemma pressing upon him, Charlie embarked on a transformative journey in search of redemption. The once light-hearted entertainer now carried a burden that transcended his comedic persona. Determined to address the wrongs of his past, he used his influence to shine a light on the injustices perpetrated by the dictator's regime. Charlie's shows and films took on a new purpose. They became platforms for social commentary and calls for change. He used his wit and storytelling prowess to convey messages of hope, unity, and justice. Through satire and clever narratives, he challenged the very system he had once indirectly supported, inspiring his audiences to question authority and stand up against oppression. His efforts were met with mixed reactions. Some praised his newfound dedication to shedding light on the truth, applauding his courage to confront his own complicity. Others remained skeptical, wondering if his actions were merely an attempt to absolve his guilt. Charlie's journey towards redemption was marked by both support and scrutiny, reflecting the complexities of a society grappling with its past. This chapter delves into Charlie's transformation from an unwitting accomplice to a determined advocate for change. It explores the power of art to challenge norms, spark dialogue, and push for progress. Charlie's quest for redemption becomes a testament to the human capacity for growth and change, as well as a reminder that even those who have caused harm can play a role in righting their wrongs. As he uses his talents to pave a path toward healing, Charlie's story becomes a beacon of hope in a world often mired in darkness. Regine.
Chapter 8, From Dictatorship to Freedom. As Charlie's journey towards redemption unfolded, the larger world around him was undergoing its own transformation. The seeds of change that he had helped sow through his advocacy and storytelling began to take root, culminating in a movement that sought to overthrow the oppressive dictatorship that had plagued the nation for so long. The people, inspired by Charlie's messages of hope and unity, rallied together in unprecedented numbers. Protests and demonstrations filled the streets, echoing the sentiments of the stories he had shared. The dictator's grip on power began to weaken, and the regime's facade of control crumbled in the face of a resolute and united populace. Charlie's role in this movement was multifaceted. His comedic talents continued to serve as a source of unity, bringing people from diverse backgrounds together in shared laughter. His advocacy work, however, was equally significant. Through his influential platform, he continued to shed light on the atrocities committed under the regime's rule, further galvanizing the people's determination for change. As the movement gained momentum, the nation embarked on a path toward freedom and justice. The dictator was eventually toppled, and a new era dawned, an era marked by transparency, accountability, and the restoration of individual liberties. Charlie, once caught in the dual identity of entertainer and agent, now emerged as a symbol of resilience and transformation. In the closing chapter of this saga, we witness the culmination of Charlie's journey, a journey that began with laughter and secrecy and culminated in a quest for redemption and societal change. The transition from dictatorship to freedom reflects the broader power of collective action, and the role that art and storytelling can play in shaping the course of history. Through Charlie's story, we're reminded that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit has the capacity to overcome, evolve, and lead society towards a brighter, more just future.